Welcome everybody to Smash TV. Here we are live, kind of, for episode 2 of 6 Beers In. And we're going to do a little bit of a recap from last week. A couple of fact checks. We had that Fred McGriff, he had hit 493 home runs. It was not close to 600. It was actually 493 on his career. And I just had my notes in front of me. I believe it was Tony Gwynn. He struck out more than 50 times, only 4 times in his 20-year career, which is amazing testament to him. And again, a big RIP to Joe Laurinaitis, animal of the Road Warriors. This week, 6 Beers In. With me to my left, we have Big Bill Jones, and to my right, we have the hoss, Chuck Hill. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Good. Yeah. As is tradition on 6 Beers In, this conversation is going to last as long as it takes for us to drink 6 of these. And these two gentlemen are no stranger to putting down some serious volume in a short period of time. So I'll be anxious to see what the runtime is on today's show. And as always, we crack open the Busch Light. I can already feel that the cold tornado is at work. I can feel it swirling inside. And again, it's created by the conical vortex of the bottom of the can. And when we crack it open and you hear the Busch sound, that is the cold tornado escaping at the vortex. So guys, without...
Is it safe to open all 3 of them at the same time?
I think with the barometric pressure and I think we're good to go.
1.
There it is. All right, so guys, right before we shot this, we did a Facebook Live event, and the 3 of us we have a competition this coming Sunday at 1 p.m. where we're going to do a pizza challenge. You can hit up the Facebook page for additional details. But we had a gentleman's bet. We just did a practice run where each of us took down a 14-inch large hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars, and the loser had to chug their first beer on 6 Beers In. So Chuck, unfortunately, came about 45 seconds behind Bill and I. Bill and I were about 2 seconds apart. So Chuck, we're go ahead and check, make sure that's not a party can, so you don't get a double foul. Once again, folks, party can is where the mouth of the can lines up with the tip of the mountain. Chuck, you got a close one. That would have been a double whammy.
Close call. Missed it by probably a quarter of an inch, 1/8 of an inch.
Wow. Fire away, brother. It would have been that tip right there. Oh, beautiful sound. Beautiful sound.
Wow.
And we did not have the timer going. 6.91 seconds, I believe, was from last week's episode's party can. Chuck, that was an amazing feat.
That was pretty impressive.
Do you want to go ahead and start your second beer, or do you want to let that toxic brew?
No, I'm good. I
settle
can
for
take it over now.
We can drink. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no rules against it.
All right.
Guys, we've been friends. We've known each other for over 20 years now, and we had initially met, I believe it was in track in high school.
Yes.
And
the 3 of us together. Yeah,
the 3 of us together, and we were on the relay. No, we were shot and disc. We were definitely field guys.
Yeah, it's like going.
But
relay.
I was like, what, the Fat Man relay?
Yeah, but so one of the things that we like to do here. So I got on the scale this morning, and I'm still holding strong at 284. I'm up a pound from last week's 283. Chuck, where are you coming at from the corn-fed?
Haven't weighed in a long time. 275, 270 maybe. I don't know.
You going at 270, 275 range?
I'd step on it right now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
But I don't know. I haven't weighed in quite a while.
So again, we're live here from Heinz Pub.
Maybe
Busch Light
285 after that pizza.
Yeah. sitting a little heavy. We're live here at Heinz Pub, and we're still waiting on the Busch Light Studios set to be completed. So we are live on location. Bill, what you got some boxing training and everything going right now? What were you tipping the scales at?
Last time I weighed was yesterday, and I was at 294.
294, 284, and we could just, for the sake of things, call you 274.
Yeah.
And all the math magicians out there, that puts us in at Well, that's a 284 pound average, I guess.
So it's,
So 32 and another 16 would be a 48. So
you're the math man.
952 pounds of total combined weight
almost
is what we're taking.
Almost a half a ton.
We're bringing that right through the front door, Primos.
We're taking that right to the beast, aren't we? We're coming in at a total combined weight of 756 or 52 pounds. We still don't have a name yet. I don't know if we're gonna come up with anything like that. But
T-name?
yeah, but no, we first started off buddies in the track and field, and I think that was my freshman year. You guys are a couple years older than me. Would have been your guys' junior year.
It'd have been the spring of 1997.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our friendships really didn't begin to sow until the following summer, which would have been your guys' senior year during football.
Right.
Now, Bill, you and I, we have a definitive story over how our friendship began. Chuck and I, our relationship started out on a little bit more rocky territory. Do you remember that?
I can't say I recall specifically. Maybe you obviously have an incident in mind, so maybe it stuck with you a little more than it did with me. Apparently, do tell. Tell.
So I was a sophomore on the scout team defense, and I was a down lineman, and Chuck was an offensive guard. Now, mind you, rumor has it, and Chuck can confirm or deny, but rumor has it that Chuck was roughly a 6'1", 250 pound offensive guard his senior year.
Yeah.
The three of us were roughly the same size back then in high school as we are now. And mind you, I was young for my class, so I was only 14 years old as a sophomore that summer year. And they had me down.
I was probably 25 pounds lighter than what I am now. Maybe 30.
Yeah, and I was too, right around
I was
there.
close to the same size.
But no, from all intents and purposes,
Chuck and I were
the
probably
same.
about this, almost the exact same size.
Yeah.
At that point. So
Yeah.
we were pretty
Man.
close.
I don't know how they make them taste so good for only 59 cents a can. But anyway, no, downline and our scout team defense, we had a stunt being put on. It was like a slant left or something like this, and the play happened to be going right into there. I got the first step, and you had to kind of wash me down because I was stunting that way.
Oh yeah.
And it fired me right into the play, and I tackle for a loss, and the coaches, oh, Chuck, big senior, letting the sophomore get in and make the play.
I can remember this now.
And there was a slight mutter about something about scout team hero or whatever the derogatory term was that we used for that.
Yeah, I'm sure I said it all.
So the second play, there was really no stunt or anything on. I get in and I go, and Chuck gets under my pads and starts working me. He spins me around and takes me 15 yards straight through the backfield. And the whistle blows. He puts a little bit extra on it, decleats me. I land on my shoulders. My feet go over my head. And as I'm getting up, I see Coach Gibbons throws the flag. 15-yard penalty. Chuck, the sophomore, wins again.
Yeah.
So by this time,
I don't remember.
by this time, Chuck is pissed. By this time, Chuck is just living.
It.
I don't remember any of this.
And so, and this is my first experience with Chuck. I'd seen him. I saw you beat the piss out of another guy. Give him the kidney treatment in the lunchroom earlier during my freshman year. We're not going to say names. We're going to protect those that are involved.
Yeah, don't say that.
But I remember
I don't
thinking.
think they have Facebook.
I remember thinking, I want nothing. I want
They
nothing.
don't, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. There's enough
Still.
periphery impact there that could happen. We don't want
Yeah,
any collateral
yeah.
damage. But no, we. I remember thinking, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want on his bad side. And I'd seen what the two of you would do to others during the previous track season too. So I'm just going to stay in my lane, keep quiet. I'm the underclassman. I'll have my day. Well, my day was coming, and it was happening pretty quick on this day. They had the bull fired up. I mean, they had him by the balls, and they were squeezing, and he was snorting and stomping, and we get in for this third play, and we get ready to go, and right off the gun, boom! All of a sudden, I'm blinded, and I can't see, and he just drives me straight back. As far as the coaches and everybody are concerned, legal play. Chuck, you want to tell everybody what had happened? Did you just blow me off the ball, or did you have an edge?
I may have had a slight edge. I may have gathered some dirt in my hand
That's why it's called the trenches.
as I was going into my stance, and came out and fired that with one hand and popped him with a forearm in the other, and just commenced to kicking his ass.
Yeah, that was, and it was one of those. I mean, I didn't tell on you. I wouldn't.
That wasn't the first time I'd ever used that trick.
That move.
I didn't suspect that it was. But,
Yes, hey. Sometimes it's just
I will say
whatever
that
it takes to win.
That wasn't how we actually met, but I will say I remember one time whenever I did put you on your butt too.
You did. You and that was complete legal, clean play.
I just beat you. Beat you off the ball, and
well, you were quick off the ball too, though. I mean, you were,
that was my 1D cleat I got on you.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't have, in my defense, I probably wouldn't have needed the dirt trick. But after those first, I was so mad, I almost dropped it. At that point, the coaches knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah,
They had me fired up, and I'm like, I'm just gonna teach this guy what's up.
there was nothing to be taught though. I was like I said,
in my mind.
Yeah, in your mind.
In my mind, I needed some revenge.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'd been embarrassed. I'd been called out. My blood was boiling, and I was like, okay, this is gonna end right here. This play. One way or the other.
And it did.
Well, they send me home.
Well, that came a little bit.
Yeah,
that came.
I know.
A few weeks later, but we can get into that on another show. One of the other memories, though, man, while we're down memory lane here, one of the things that I wanted to go over was, maybe you ought to remember this. You should. I made the joke about us being field guys and not being on the track, but there was one day during camp. No blocks, no nothing. On the track, we had to run a 400.
Chuck ran it in 1 minute and 2 seconds. Blew my mind.
I had it at 58 seconds. Regardless, the man weighed 254 pounds, and he ran right at a minute. Right at
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I ran it in like 125. Like he beat everyone but like the running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even beat the quarterback.
Yeah.
And were you hungover?
Yes.
Because you yacked right after it.
Yeah, I was a little.
you went ahead and ran straight through the finish line to the fence.
If I'm honest with you,
I can still see
it was probably at that time. I don't know if I should say it. Maybe I shouldn't divulge this, but before practice even started, I may or may not have partaken in other activities that
happen to be legal now.
That happen to be legal now in Illinois that contributed to that feeling as well, and still managed to run it in that time. So
that still is amazing. I was thinking about that too.
Pure
That's
man
amazing feat.
Yeah. So was it true or false? Were you or were you not? Did you get letters from Michigan?
No. That's false.
Okay. That was straight rumor.
Yeah. No, that's not true.
Okay. I had heard that. I had heard that along the way.
No,
I've never heard that one.
No, I mean I received letters from some big schools, but Michigan wasn't one of them. So that would have been nice though. Purdue, I had U of I, SIU. I can't even remember. I had 2 shoeboxes full.
Yeah,
dude, if you'd been on SIU, you'd been on that good when they started getting good.
Yeah. Yep.
Where Jerry Kill came in.
Yeah, where would that put you with Brandon Jacobs?
Oh, he was.
No, he was.
He was way after me.
He wasn't way. I think he came
I wouldn't have played with him.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No, he was there before 07.
No, he wasn't.
All right. Well, this will be one of the fact checks for next week's episode.
Yeah, check it out.
When was Brandon Jacobs? When did Brandon Jacobs
06, 07-ish.
transfer to SIU?
It would have been Bart. I think. What was the Ravens on? The guy from SIU played with the Ravens.
Was it
Bart Scott?
Bart Scott. Yeah, that's what I said. I think I would have been there when he was there. Yeah,
because he was the same. He's the same age as us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably would have played in front of me.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, he was a linebacker. You wouldn't have been a linebacker.
No, who knows?
I might have been. I don't know if I would have been big enough to be.
Yeah, you might have got. They might have trimmed you up, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had the speed for
Yeah,
it.
you were quick enough.
yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
I just remember though, like you talking about us in the track, our gym. You're like, I'm not gonna name any names, obviously, but
Right.
Chuck used to give a certain individual a whole lot of hell, and that's what made you and everybody else stand out at the edge of it. Because me and Chuck were technically, because there were no seniors, so me and Chuck were the upperclassmen, and we just used to ride this certain person pretty hard, and you guys stayed out there. I can still remember you with your hands in your jacket.
With the
hoodie,
with
that
the
hood over your head, yeah.
with the
And you
hood.
standing out there and you get your shot put and you go around. And like you wouldn't even say a word. Me and Chuck would just be lighting this guy up. I mean,
You know, you're talking about we were talking about records previously and everything. You know who held the record for taking the most shots and discs to blows to the body? Do you recall?
Ward.
Josh Ward.
Like, yeah.
From the Peanut Gallery. We are recording in front of a live recliner audience.
No, I didn't know if we were going to say names, but yeah.
He won't ever
No.
say this.
You'll know if you do. It's true, Josh. Took a lot of shots. I mean, I thought you were trying to
No
catch.
pun intended.
Yeah, like one point, I thought he was lit. No pun intended. But he took a lot of shots. I thought he was actually trying to catch them at one point. Like, how do you accidentally get hit that many times with a discus in a shot? But it not be on purpose. But yeah. That's a story. One record that will probably never be broken. It'll stand the test of time.
Well, talking about Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs transferred in from where?
Auburn.
And there was a crowded backfield there, right? If I do,
Cadillac Williams and
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
May I add
And,
one liner? I played at Blackburn College with the transfer from Auburn, who was recruited in the same class as Jacobs, Cadillac Williams, and Ronnie Brown, and he was from the St. Louis region, and he transferred to Blackburn, and he was all offensive player of the year, and there was just it was an amazing recruiting class. Whatever his name, good guy.
Who was the quarterback?
So
because
just a second here, right there. That was our ace, Corporal Jesse Hines, who will be a guest on a future show. And we had a little live snippet right there from him, and he's the one who's kind enough to let us record from his confines this lovely evening. So again, thanks, Corporal.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Back to
I was just gonna say, what was that quarterback's name? Because all four of them ended up in the NFL, and that's the year they went undefeated, and still they didn't give them the national championship. Because Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Brown both played in
I
front
don't
of.
remember.
that's one we'll have to check.
Yeah.
We'll have it for next week. Quarterback for Auburn during that undefeated season.
2003, I think is when it was.
Good memory.
Damn good memory.
Yeah, I could remember.
He remembers things like that too.
Yeah, that was good. I
The
couldn't remember that year.
the years that he remembers, he continues to blow my mind. Where are we at here? We're at
three.
We're into this.
Geographic.
Mm-hmm.
How I could.
Ooh,
You'll be like,
man, that's,
so and so. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's in Georgia.
okay. That was quick. I didn't want. I was hoping you were going to catch a brain freeze and fall over.
No, we're good. We're good.
Well, I could feel when you were drinking. I I could feel the cold chill coming off of you.
I can still feel it coming off of these empty cans.
It's crazy.
It
I mean, I'm thinking about putting the jacket on for if we.
I mean, they are cold.
I know.
They keep cold.
It's impressive.
I don't know how they do it. Well, I mean, it is from the mountain streams of Bush, the water from the mountains of Bush that unlocks the full potential. So,
Yeah. Let's talk about so what is your, I don't want to say end game, I guess I should say goal with Smash TV. Like, what is your, what is your vision or your where you want to go with this?
So, it's one of the things that I talked
I don't
about.
think I've heard you really. Maybe I didn't listen to the whole last one. But.
No, there was a Facebook live video that I did that we did an unboxing of some Busch Light swag, if you will, and everything. And I would like to show off my new gator here, which we do have the Busch Latte gator, net gator, and I had a pretty decent little care package sent to me, and we'd gone through and did an unboxing of that event, and based on the overwhelming feedback, positive feedback that I had from, as I'd said before, a couple female cousins, text messages from 3 friends, and the glaring support from my mother, it really gave me the motivation to
Shout out to
you know,
Billy Morgan.
go on and pursue something with this. And so as long as we can get a couple thumbs ups, as long as the messages keep coming in that it makes folks smile, the overall purpose of this is to give everybody a break from everything else that we have going on. This is to pretend like nothing else is happening. Nostalgia, all things Midwest, Busch Light, and just make people happy. That's what the goal is here. So,
Cheers to that.
And to the only beer that sweats, so you don't have to.
Hello, America.
And so with that, we'll take a second for a message from our sponsors. We don't have sponsors.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, and we're back. So
So
at any rate, Chuck, talk a little bit. There was one thing that I want to talk about a little bit, man. I was really proud of you. Followed you a lot. Chuck was the pioneer, the lead man for a band called the Souls in Camo.
Oh yeah, yeah, I was.
And Chuck, when was what was the time frame there? What were the years that you were running the scene there?
I think it was 07 or 8 to maybe 11.
So 08 to 11.
Yeah, I think so.
And so
It wasn't too long, three or 4 years.
yeah, so you were running the local Southern Illinois circuit
Yeah, right.
on that, but you guys were also recording in the studio, and it was more or less the beginning or the infancy of internet radio, the internet music scene.
Yeah, it was.
There were some charts, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was just starting. That was just starting to become popular, and I kind of discovered it early and jumped in there, and it was tough. Now everybody looks for music there. That was not the primary source to find your music.
Yeah.
There was not many people that were diving into music online or internet radio or any of that. To be honest with you, you have now these
satellite radio was just coming, right?
Satellite, yeah. So truthfully, I didn't jump too far into all
Dan, can I
that
get one?
big catalog online, but yeah, there were charts. We were number one in like a
Bush.
we hit number one on like
It's a cold volcano.
a rock chart or whatever, once, but
You had a number one.
we did, but I don't want it to be misleading. It wasn't nothing like getting a number one on
Billboard Top
Spotify
40
or something.
or
No.
No, but it was
still nice. It felt good. So.
well. So that I had moved away from this area by then, and it was neat to be able to punch you guys in. I remember following you. I was following you online, and it was cool. I remember seeing at one point you had what, like 3 songs in the top 10, top 50, somewhere in that.
I did not know that. I remember you doing the band, but I don't remember.
Yeah, we were
Of course,
getting
like you said, that
quite a
was
bit
the
of popularity.
infancy of
Playing a lot, and we're starting to reach a pretty good. Our reach was getting pretty far, getting a pretty big audience, and then one thing led to another, and just kind of disbanded. We had a few band members that were really young. One of them
Got married.
Yeah, moved off to college, and then yeah,
Should have known you'd never make it far, right?
and then yeah, you're right. But it was fun. I still play every now and then for myself, and I've been posting some songs that just hanging out in my house online. I was quarantined for a little bit. My daughter tested positive for COVID, and in turn, I had to quarantine, isolate at home. So I kind of picked the guitar back up and started. I went live just because I was bored. I was like, well, I noticed people starting to do it. I was like, well, let me jump in here and give it a shot. And then I played a few songs and it was fun. So I've been posting a few songs, but So
that brings me to a couple more things. I got a parallel path here, and I don't want to lose sight of either one of them. One being, okay, before we leave Souls and Camo, where could the folks go to listen to any of that? Does any of that content still exist anywhere? Is there anywhere we can get it?
If you go just Google Souls in Camo and Reverb Nation, you can find it on there. And I think there's a few live performances on YouTube.
Okay.
But yeah, you can find a lot of like recordings on there.
I may have to talk to you about some licensing rights where I can use some things for some intro change ins and out and things like that, and which is a perfect segue into the second piece. So as we know, the show is called Six Beers In. Hell of a name for a podcast. Was not necessarily where my vision was when I first came up with it. Do you remember me talking to you about Six Beers In at any point in the past?
No.
So I had called you at one point, and I was probably more than 6 beers in, but I was developing the feelings as I was 6 beers in, how I just want to live in that moment. Like that feeling that you have as you get that 6 beer down, where it's just, life's good, right? For some
sweet spot.
corn-fed hosses like ourselves,
Sure.
you know, when you're
sweet spot.
270 plus, it's 6 beers.
Yeah, you're cruising.
Yeah.
You're just
Cruising. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good cruising speed for
It
Sunday,
is.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I called you and said, "Hey, man, you want to make a quick $100? I need you to write a song for me."
Yeah. Okay.
The original intent was for a song. I had no intentions for a podcast, no nothing at that
I couldn't
point.
remember the. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we still do not have that song, and I still do not have a theme song for this show.
Okay.
So
I'm on it.
I'm just saying there's a little bit of leeway there. There's some I was thinking, even though he's not from technically the Midwest, how to figure out how to get a hold of Luke Combs to see if while everybody's sitting at home, not doing a whole lot, if he'd have any interest, what would we think there? You know, so I didn't know, but by all means, maybe we write one, get him to perform it.
No. If I'm writing and I'm performing it, Luke Combs isn't gonna. No.
And that was not a verbal. Those don't happen until beer 5. Those don't happen until beer 5.
No. Luke Combs. If I write it, it's mine. I perform it.
Okay. So
if you want Luke Combs, he can write his own song.
Very well. All right, there's that fire that we're going to be bringing in on Sunday. And as we mentioned at the start of the show, Sunday we have a big competition, and today is Friday. We have the beast.
48 hours.
We have the beast to take down, which is a 30-inch pizza. 3 of us have 30 minutes for complete and utter domination. Guys, we did a practice run. It was a speed run today. 1 large Little Caesars. We all had it down in under 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Remember what, 14-inch?
14-inch, I believe. Yeah.
Destroyed it.
We still, I can still see the mist on Chuck's forehead. Yeah. My forearms are still.
Chuck's under his eyes. I've noticed are a little glowy. Like
yeah. Oh,
my arms are sweating like a bush light can.
You know where your neck sweat? Like I've still.
I'm still sweating. It put it on me.
But it was only 6 minutes. But here we are though. Now we're drinking beers. We're not completely miserable, right?
No, not at all. It made me miserable.
Yeah, I just have belch there.
I don't feel fantastic. No, but I don't feel miserable.
No, by no means. I could
still put down some food if I had to.
So let's.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't go like for a jog though.
Right.
You mean you couldn't go run a 400 in a minute and 2 seconds?
No,
I bet you could.
No,
same result.
Same result.
no matter what the time was.
Yeah, probably earlier. But I don't know what happened before I finished.
Oh man, so it's funny how this came about. So there's a local pizza joint here that's came up with this challenge, and some of the content on Facebook has gone semi-viral, I guess you could say. Anyway, Billy and I we were talking about it one night. I think it's Monday night or so.
I don't know, but I will say that my number 1 draft pick that I said to you, and I hadn't even seen him put anything on Facebook.
Well, that didn't happen until the next day.
Yeah, it was the next
So this
day.
was the night before. This was the night before.
And we were trying to think of a third person, and I was thinking, and first person to come to mind was Chuck Hill.
Destiny.
And I was thinking there too, but I do gotta wrap myself out, because as I was thinking it, the reason that I discounted it and didn't say it, and it was just the third man. I feel like this is the old Toby Keith, man.
Say it.
Good as we once were, but
I'm not as good as I'm
right.
as good as I. What is it?
But we're good once as I ever was.
Yeah.
Whichever. But we're not as good as we once were. So all of us in our minds can still take down the big pizza. And you know, I'm just saying, I don't care who the odd man out is. I'll be the odd man out. I was thinking we needed some youth. But my exact response was, you know, well, I mean, what with the gout and some of the shit, you know, it's like, you know, I think Chuck's best eating days might be behind him.
You left out the word eating.
Fast? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I said eating wise. I said eating wise.
Okay.
I did clarify.
You clarified.
I did clarify, and I was not prompted. I did clarify.
That's true.
That was what I meant. However, less than 24 hours later,
Chuck posts on Facebook.
Chuck posts.
I did.
And I immediately tagged.
And says, I feel like I've been training 40 years of my life for this, and I need two people. I need two people. And that was when Billy hits me up and says, hey, did you see this?
Chuck put it on Facebook.
And the perspective completely changed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely different from calling, hey, Chuck, big pizza challenge. What
you
well, you know, he's not going to say
we're
no.
less than this was.
But when he puts the all call out, you put a casting call out.
I did.
On blast, on point, for all to see. And saying that I've been training for 40, my perception changed completely. Yeah.
And tell him what you said when you talked to him on the phone, who you thought of.
Oh, I immediately thought, this is the team.
Isn't that crazy? Because when's the last time we saw each other? 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And I mean, he was, like I said, my number one draft pick. That's the first person that came to mind.
This was it too.
And then you had, he said that you, who were you talking to that wanted to be on the team?
No, McGuire.
Yeah.
And you told him no, and then you said you needed people like.
Yeah. I'm my brother too.
Yeah.
Josh wanted to be on it. I was like, Josh, I know you can eat a little bit, but there's levels to what we're doing here. And this is beyond. No offense, Josh.
I mean, I feel like it was like...
He talked to me about joining, and I'm like, I'm not in the league.
Heinz like, no.
I can't.
And I'm like, yeah, you know.
I feel like it was like the
these
perfect
guys are
storm.
reputable, and they can put the food away. I know they can, but what we're trying to achieve here...
It's the next level.
Is, yeah.
There's a difference between being able to eat a lot of food as a big guy over time and getting it in the mouth and down the gullet.
Just crushing it.
In a time frame.
Like this guy tonight. The speed challenge.
Shredding. Shredding.
Yeah.
You have to find a way. You have to work that in. I don't know if you're going to have like an intro leading to this, but it'd be nice to... That was some good work. That's some good work tonight.
We all did.
Yeah. No, and then,
and I will say, I don't know if we've already said it, but Chuck came in last, but Chuck, he already clarified at 7:30. We started eating at what, a little after 9?
Right after 9, yeah.
Chuck at 7:30 ate a 10-piece chicken nugget, a double cheese?
Yeah.
And a large fry.
He ate probably 4 or 5 cheeseburgers, though.
So, I mean, and I will admit, I hadn't eaten since breakfast.
We're talking 45 seconds.
And I had also, I had worked out for over an hour before we came.
That's just hitting the rhythm. Speaking of hitting the rhythm, Chuck, the training leading into this, man. I mean, you know, it's not about that. Okay, to clarify, we're not competitive eaters by any any stretch of the imagination.
No, but we're eaters.
This was something that just came up.
Yeah, not competitive. No,
we googled something. I googled how to eat a pizza fast competition.
Yeah,
and I sent the link to you guys. And so the very next day, Chuck sends me some pictures of hot and ready's. Chuck, take it away. So tell me about the first 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about training.
So I'm like, well, Dan sent me the link, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, okay, I need to start preparing for this. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna make history, because I don't know if that's been said. We'll be the first.
We will be the first.
No one has completed this challenge
as of before this.
Right.
Yeah, as of right now.
There's 3 going on tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So if we have a good chance of walking in there, and this challenge, you know, hasn't been beaten. So I'm ready to buckle down and make some history.
But we don't want to just beat it. We want to
destroy it.
we want to set a standard and a time that is unbeatable. Like,
yeah,
that is obviously what we want to try to
crush
do.
it. So
you don't want to come in at 29 minutes and
no.
59
So
seconds.
I immediately started taking it serious. I'm doing the homework. I'm reading everything that's been sent to me, and I go buy. I'm like, well, I have to try. I have to go buy some pizzas and see where I'm at here. Where do I stand? You know, I need a litmus test. I've never ate professionally, never tried a competition. I don't know. I might fall flat on my face and call you guys and say, hey, you better find a third, you know?
Yeah.
So I decided 3 hot and readies. You know, I'll buy 3 of them and give it a shot. Gave one of the kids. I wouldn't have even made it to the third that first day. But I set the timer. I set it for 30 minutes. I get going. And I'm just, I initially just went as hard as I could out the gate, you know. And in about 15 minutes, I pretty much ate the 2 pizzas. I did leave a bit in the last box, you know.
Like the crust.
Yeah, but I destroyed it in about 15 minutes, and then I felt miserable the rest of the evening, I will say. But it's funny it's funny talking to you guys. Everybody ran into the same issue. About 15 minutes in, there's just this wall. You just hit a brick. It's like hitting a brick wall. I mean, it's hard to chew.
I think it's time sensitive. It's not. It has nothing to do with how much.
It isn't.
It's that time.
It is that time. You know, and that's, I think, leading into this where it's gonna determine whether we beat this thing or we don't.
I think we gotta have the fucking thing. I think we got.
Damn!
I think we almost got the 5.
He's on 5.
He's on
so
5.
That counts.
We're counting. We're technically we're on
5.
I burn it. Yeah, I burn it.
Boom!
I feel like we gotta have the thing down by 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or have a clear line of sight.
Well, and the way
I feel like 20 minutes.
if we all eat at the pace that we ate at tonight and are able to maintain that, or in the pace that I was able to eat those 2 in, you know,
Because the next night
yeah, Smash Town.
what'd you do the next night?
I ate 5. No.
Pounds.
No, the next night, next night I was almost. I came close to eating 3. I ate like 2 and I think I had 3 pieces on the
third.
The third on the
And how large? And how long was it?
20, a little over 22 minutes.
Wow,
So,
that's pretty
And what were you washing that down with?
I was washing down Miller Lite.
So you were drinking beer too, so that makes your that makes you
Well,
cool.
okay. I drank 2 beers, and then the last one I switched to a water because it was starting to get real heavy. You know.
Yeah, beer will make.
Enough
So you probably
said
could have finished.
enough said to my 5-year-old. I put so much in me. I was miserable the rest of the night. My 5-year-old August, you know, I made the comment. I was like, "Oh, I'm about to explode," you know. And he was the rest of the night. He's like, "Are you okay? Don't explode. Please don't explode." You know. He's like, "You can never eat pizza again." He was like, he told me that. "You can never eat pizza again, Dad." And he's like, "Please don't eat 3
I'll
pizzas."
say I've taken, after reading the article that Daniel sent to us, I've taken a different approach. I've been trying to drink as much water as I can, and I had, yesterday I drank a little over a gallon, and today I had a gallon down by 11:30 this morning. And I finished off the second gallon. I did 2 gallons today. I finished it after my boxing class tonight.
I have noticed, you know, pushing the food down, it does actually
help
create
when
some
you do
space.
that.
Yeah. Yep.
I would have never thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of it.
Little massage action.
But the water, I felt a lot fuller. You know what I mean? Like it makes you feel full.
So that's been what I've been trying to practice, is just taking bite, swallow, bite, swallow, bite, swallow. Just trying to get it down.
I feel like the technique I did tonight where I ate as much as I could, and then I just took a little, because I'm a big, even when I eat, I'm not talking beer, but even when I eat, I'm a big drinker too. I'll drink
sucking sodas.
5 Mountain Dews. You know what I mean? I'll suck down sodas like it's nobody's fucking crap.
The F words always pick up at Beer 5.
Yeah.
We're already seeing it. We're already seeing
nobody's
it. So guys out there, if you're offended, when we the first 4 beers, total PG, mostly. PG-13. We start getting into that 5th one, if rated R, a little bit beyond, We'll try to do that dot thing at the bottom where we break it off. Where out here is where the F words begin. So we might be able to cut that in once the tech guys get involved here.
Well, we're only at 2, so I feel like that's not bad.
No, it's not at all. I mean, it's a hell of a lot less than what our normal conversation is.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, with
the 4 of us, like you said, you can't see Jess sitting here, but I mean, we use it in casual conversation
multiple times a sentence.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's
just it is what
just
it is.
The way of life.
So, but
Sometimes.
Anyway, what I was saying is I felt like my technique with eat as much as I can, and then when I felt my mouth drying out, take a couple sips so I wouldn't be filled up with the water as well. I felt like that worked well for me. It might not have. I feel like all 3 of us, we might have a different technique that works well with all
No,
of
for
us.
sure. Well, and that's what was cool about getting together tonight to kind of do a practice trial run here. It was because what's going to happen when we get together? You want to hit your rhythm, and when we all get together, if you get to looking at what somebody else is doing, you don't want to get pushed.
Right.
You don't want to push to somebody else's pace.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes you need that kick in the ass.
Right.
To keep going, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think you can. Like tonight,
I didn't even look at you guys.
Oh, I was looking. I knew that I was.
I could hear
it.
it, but I didn't. I didn't look at him, and I didn't really look at you.
I was watching.
I was really.
I knew. There was a point I knew when I had 3 or even 4 pieces left. I was like, okay, I'm coming in. I'm probably coming in last right here. I mean, I'm gonna try to. I tried.
So what did that feel like? Because I felt like after watching you train over this week, I'm sitting here thinking like, and over time, just for the speed challenge, there was that. I still feel like you're the anchor of this.
I do too. Honestly, I feel like if you wouldn't have had the nuggets and the burgers, I feel like you would have blew us out of the water.
Yeah, nuggets, burgers, and about 4 beers.
Yeah.
I
feel like you. I feel like
you.
I feel like you'd have blown us out of the water because you had all that and you were only 40 seconds behind us.
I may have, if I would have came in and empty and ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the cool part.
Because I ate those 2, I ate 2 large in 15 minutes, and then I left 3 pieces in 22 or 3 minutes.
That's unbelievable.
That's just.
I
feel like if you do that on Sunday, we all we gotta do is show up.
Yeah, I was the most uncomfortable I've ever been, maybe in my entire life after I ate that 3. After I attempted 3, I'm not gonna lie, I was absolutely miserable.
Well, me and Daniel were talking. We were gonna try.
I don't know if I ever felt like that.
We were talking at first, like we were gonna try and go in just 2 of us, and then after I was like, oh yeah, we can do that. But then after seeing on Facebook where like all these people were going down, I was like, we got to have somebody else just to make sure.
And all those
like I said, my number 1 draft pick. Hadn't seen the guy in 2 or 3 years.
It's good to know I left that impression though. You're like,
well, I've had that impression since we were in high
school.
school.
That's what I mean. And I don't even mean. I'm serious.
Think about all those football dinners we went to. Man.
Well, so one of the funny things is we refer.
Kids.
He and I have an inside joke.
Just hammering freaking First Church of God's.
Yeah.
He and I have an inside
spaghetti.
He and I have an inside joke about you, and it's about your non-politically correct strength that you possessed, that you possess in like all facets of life, right? And it's not a word that we want to use right now, but retard. that type of
here's a side note or a service announcement. This guy right here could go into the gym right now and probably throw up 315 pounds. Or I would have to work my way back up to that. You can throw up 270.
Well, so the four of us here right now, his brother that he alluded to, and another guy. One day we were moving a hot tub, and Billy and I are on one side. The corporal and Big Hoss right here are on the other side, and we have a couple other players involved.
Your brother-in-law.
And he gets on the corner and just
and Hines is on
and,
the other
and he picks his hot tub up and he goes, just as a test, and he goes, it ain't so bad. And after we get done, there was some ingenuity that was involved in how to get it moved. We won't get through all that, but we get done and you guys all leave, and Billy and I were sitting here having some bush lights and we're talking about it, and I was like, like when Chuck got on that corner and kind of picked it up, he goes, yeah, well, I don't play any I didn't play any. You know what kind of strength Chuck has over there.
And I admitted, I said, actually, when we were carrying it, I just had my hands on it. I wasn't even really lifting at that point.
You're one of those guys.
I did. I just was like, Heinz and Chuck had most of the weight of it. I was like,
dirty.
I just had my hands
One of
on
those
it.
guys.
I was like, both of them, I was like, oh, okay. I just had I was just there to balance it. I wasn't,
It's an important job.
Yeah.
It is.
And then I think I backed the truck up, didn't I? Your truck you brought down.
Yeah, you might have.
I think I was like, oh, I'll go back the truck up.
I just know that was the last time I was under 240 pounds because you asked how I was doing and whether or not I was sick. No, I feel fine. What do you mean? You're like, no, like, are you okay? Okay.
How long has that been? 5 years ago? 4?
That would have been 2017.
So 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I thought it was longer.
No.
240 pounds.
242 to be
240.
Last time
I haven't seen 240 since 2009.
It's me too. Right around there.
I got down to
230.
I got down to like 258-ish, like in 2015, 14 or 15, and then I just fell off.
My weight fluctuates.
Now that I've started, I'll throw
wide swings.
a shout out to Fight Fitness, Shane
Yeah.
Walker, Fight Fitness 618. I've started there. My kids go there. I felt like if I'm going to make them do it, I need to be an example and do it as well. And he's really, it's like going and having a personal trainer every night for not personal trainer price. And he's really changed the way I go about things and, the way I work out because I have back problems, ankle problems, and I can't lift weights like I used to, so doing it this way has really made a difference. So it makes a difference in your mental state too. If you deal, not to get on a serious note, but if you deal with, it helps with like people with PTSD, depression. I think we can all admit that we all go through some sort of anxiety or depression.
No doubt about it.
Well, anybody that has it in the last 6 months, I mean,
I'll admit I've suffered from both of those.
So have I.
At some point,
Pretty severely.
And this is, and this has really, really helped me. Like I don't want to sound dramatic, but it has like changed my life. Like
that's amazing.
So, but like I said, shout out to Fight Fitness 618. So.
Shane.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love
great story.
Marshawn Lynch said it best. Take care of your chicken and take care of your mentals. And that is exactly right. You get your chicken and get paid when you can, but don't forget your mentals.
Yeah. And
yeah, I don't think
not
you have to put something.
not to get on a
I don't think you have to do that. Put disclaimers before. Just say it because I think what you're saying is important and people need to hear these.
Well, not to get on a heavy note, but I was like, you know what, man, I'm tired of like my kids being on freaking video games all the time, and I know there's time for that. I'm not that dad that doesn't want my kid to like have video games ever, but
I saw it.
I noticed it too, but I was like, my kids.
I was checking them.
I want them to like do something other than sit on their butt and play video games all the time. And then I like talked to my wife about it, and I was like, I feel like I need to set an example. If I'm going to make them do it, then I need to do it too. And like, I've gotten more into it than my 7 and 9-year-old kids. My 7-year-old really loves it, and my 9-year-old I have to push him a little bit.
That's awesome.
Well, you want to talk about February at all?
Hey, I got somebody. Real quick, when you're talking about Shane and Fight Fitness, I know somebody that has a membership for an entire year that was purchased from him. It has never been one time.
I know.
Not naming names.
Off your ass.
Not naming names.
I am because I was told about it.
No, guys. Remember, we're here for happy and fun. Not calling people out, guys. Come on.
I wasn't going to say his name.
Well, it's your brother, so I figured it was okay.
Well, it's not okay. That's not what we're about.
Get off your fucking ass, John.
Anyway.
What are the rules?
Hey, at this point, man, we're after 6 beers, we cut her off, unless it's bonus time. Then you got to subscribe to the premium edition for the BTS
I did
episodes.
say that first. Shit. But I think we've all had one in, right?
Yeah, we've only got 3 efforts in.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're
We
good.
get
we're
one
good.
apiece, I think.
No, well, it's supposed to be one per show after the 5th beer, but we're going to use that.
Sorry.
We're going to use that divider thing, and the rules are loose here. They're self-imposed.
Sorry about that.
It's we're okay. We're okay. Well, they'll tell us if we're okay or not.
I would say you said
if we get any shares, if we get any likes, if we get the comments, that's
Right.
They'll tell us. They'll tell us how we do.
Yeah, we'll scale it back.
They'll tell us how we do.
You said
Yeah.
I was gonna say we could save it for a different episode, but I don't. We're unfortunately we all have our own lives, and you never know if we're going to see you in 2 months or 6 months or a year. So, but
We have to make time.
You wanted to talk about February. In February, Fight Fitness 618 is going to Delaware to compete in the U.S. Nationals, and you can qualify for the Pan Am Games, which, if anybody doesn't know what that means, you qualify to fight it against everyone in the continental Americas, Canada, North America, Central, South, and anyway, I'm going at 40 years old. I'll be almost 41 at the time. It's kickboxing, by the way. They do have classes, and there'll be beginners, and I'll be in the heavyweight, obviously. So,
No.
but you don't say, right? So
Since 7th grade for me.
at least, right? But it's something like I was like, it's something I can do one time and say I've done it at least, and I can show my kids that you can do whatever, and even no excuses, but I have a herniated disc in my back, two with degenerative disc disease, so I'm gonna try to go in at I'm gonna try and lose about 30 more pounds and go in at 265.
So have we talked about me getting a hold of the bucket?
No,
At the very least.
we haven't yet.
You have to get that confirmed. You have to get that. Shane, we've never met. If you happen to come across this, I got to be in the corner in some capacity.
He knows who you are.
For my boy. So.
He knows who you are. I already asked him if he knew you because I told him we were doing the pizza challenge. But, like I said, not to get off on a serious note with all this, but it all started with me wanting to do something better for my kids, and it's turned into something that I've you always hindsight's 20/20, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have had this opportunity when I was 22 years old, when I was in great shape.
Yeah.
And, not looking down 40 or, not pushing, looking down my 40s,
when Mike Tyson had already held the title for 3 years.
Yeah,
right.
So,
Oh, shit.
but, anyway, I want to be able to show, I'm doing it more to, I want to show my children that you can do anything.
For sure.
No matter how old you are. But,
hey, let's drink to that one. Bill.
We've all got them.
Hey, mental wellness, and all the like. Serious stuff, man. Anybody wants to make a donation or anything like that, we need to get a set up for that. So.
Yeah. But anyway, this has been a good deal, man. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah,
It's been hard. It's been hard to sit here and I keep glancing over, and our fourth man, the corporal, as you like to call him, how funny he is. He makes those faces, and I'm trying not to make eye contact with him because I feel like I'm going to keep laughing.
I felt like I was in deep trouble during the pizza challenge once I made a one-liner about how you were shredding the pizza.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
And I got everyone's attention, and I didn't want everyone hurling like it was the Stand By Me movie.
Dude, that was you sent me that
Hard-ass.
You sent me that file during training this week, and as I'm sitting here drinking down some water to push down some of the pizza, he makes that comment, and COVID and everything. I spray water all over everybody's pizza as we're going. And to these guys' credit, I don't know if I got you or not, but at least to Chuck's. I mean, I know I got Chuck.
You got mine.
I mean, to his credit, didn't.
And the thing is this guy.
I'm
This
like,
guy's
maybe that's helping me out. Maybe it's softened it up a little bit. Or
I was wondering about like ketchup to dip the crust in.
Oh,
You know,
God.
I think so. That's
just
more
something,
sugar
some
and
kind of
heavy.
the sauce.
It's
Just
got
to-
so much
yeah.
sugar it'd be too heavy.
Well, it being dry.
You want
I
to
just
leave the
don't-
less heaviness out of it as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, pizza's heavy enough.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it
man,
is.
part of it is just the getting it down part,
Ooh.
and when we get to that crust, man, that stuff is.
But you
That's
know, you
the
guys
rough.
know how fun. I mean, Heinz is one of the funniest guys. I mean, he's top 5. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no doubt.
You know.
Yes.
and not trying.
So,
to be.
like,
not
him-
trying to be. It's,
He'll
it's
make it. I know
effortless,
that's the thing. He'll make it. He's like, Bill's just shredding the beat. Like, and then I just lost it. Like, I was like, okay, I got to get back on track.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we got Chuck over here with about a quarter gone.
yeah.
We got Dan here. He's got a strap. Oh, yep, he picked it up right there. Yep, he's right. And we got Bill over here who's just
Yeah.
shredding it.
Great color. Great.
Yeah, color commentary, dude.
Oh, it was great.
Marv Albert couldn't have done it better.
We got a. We need to,
Absolutely not.
this is the point in the show where we do a status update on these beers. Where's everybody at
We're
here?
about halfway through
I'm
number
about
6.
half there. Definitely 6.
Well, guys, you know we've covered a lot of ground here. It's been great catching up. This week has been excellent, guys. I don't know how this is going to fold in. We've got some ideas. We'll see how Sunday goes. If we come out victorious on Sunday, we take a look at how everything comes together.
If we come out
Yeah.
victorious on Sunday, we'll make sure we make time to do another,
We need a
to do
parade.
another podcast.
There may be some more stuff coming your guys' way.
I like
Especially
that
if we
idea.
win.
A city parade.
A parade, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
I
guys,
think you're onto something.
man, it's been good
Maybe
going.
more challenges in the future.
That's
Maybe.
where I'm going with it. You know, I
Possibility.
mean, it's been fun. You know, it's been something for us to connect
Yeah,
through the week.
that's
You know,
true.
we've had the messenger
Especially
thing going.
Yeah,
seeing
like-
you guys. I mean, it's you know, I wouldn't have thought trying to like eat pizza in the quickest amount of time would, you know, 2 old buddies.
Who knew?
Yeah,
They'd
you know
bring
what I mean?
everyone
Like-
together.
Well, I mean,
I
it
had seen
doesn't.
Heinz, and you know, I know it's been. I've seen Chuck a few years ago. I know, and then I've seen Heinz too, but it's hard to, we all have our own families and jobs, and I mean, hell, like I said earlier, you see somebody, and the next thing you know, it's been 2 or 3 years, man. And it's,
Oh, it doesn't. It's not hard when you get older and life gets in the way for that
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah, no, man, it's been a great trip
yeah,
down memory
it's been
lane.
great for sure.
Definitely.
Tune in. Well, this will have already. The challenge will have already happened by the time this airs. But
We have been
you know,
victorious,
guys, it's been a great time. We
It
say
has
we
been
polish
a great
these
time.
off and
Yeah,
and do the old sign off here. Huh?
that's it.
We'll see you guys.
See ya.
6 beers in.
Damn it. I messed it up.
What?
I fucking messed it up.
What'd you mess up?
Well, I've been playing this 4th round of this the entire time you guys have been doing this. So my name's been coming up. Literally, the 18th hole was over with on the 4th round of the tournament, and it would have said my name with the trophy on it.
Oh, you were trying to.
And it was coming down
You
to
were
be
trying to
perfect,
time it?
and I hit the button and it didn't.
What'd you think of
it?
I thought great. I'm sorry if I.
No. You're good. You're good. What'd you think of the? Did you have fun?
Yeah, had a good time. Had a great time.
Do you like the premise behind it?
I sure did. Yep.
Is it something that can stick? You think?
That last beer. I was running out of room. I was like, because I was trying to keep pace with you guys, and yeah, I faked being done with that for the sake of finishing the show. But I was.
Hey, you got a few of these, man.
I was running out because I was trying to keep up with these guys. No,
Let me take a leak real quick. I'll be right back, Chuck.
Here.
Hold the thought.
That's got a drink in it. You want me to?
No, I don't want you to do any of that.
See, you got a few of these. Billy, look at him. He's got half fucking beers over here. I knew they were sandbagging.
Could you grab a paper towel behind the bar for me?
I knew somebody was sandbagging me. I'm like, I'm a drinker. There's no way Billy's ever got drinking these. He's the one that's half fucking beers over there. I was looking at him. I'm like, how the fuck did he destroy a pizza like that? And he's just taking these beers down like in seconds.
Yeah.
Like, dude, try to do that. You know, try to consume a whole fucking large pizza and then just pound beer after beer in matters of seconds. It is difficult. Like,
I bet it is.
I'm goddamn no slouch, and I was running out of room.
I totally faked that last beer just to get over. I still have like, I didn't eat all my, or drink all mine.
I know, Jesse just busted you out. I was like, I knew somebody's fucking sandbagging down there.
Yeah,
Mine are all gone.
No, I didn't drink all of it. I was like,
I was drinking all of them. I was trying to keep up with you. I was like, God damn, these guys just ate that whole pizza and he's drinking this beer like every fucking... I was like, how is he doing this? I was literally, you play this back. When you play this back, you watch that very last...
I can't watch it.
Huh?
I can't watch it.
Can't watch it?
I can't listen to myself speak.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I can't do it.
I hate, oh, that's why I like to hear myself
Yeah.
talk or but I'll watch it. And it is going to be obvious. There's a point there with that last beer where you're turning around and you're talking about like, I don't remember, but you're, because I was so focused on don't fucking throw up on this podcast right now. Like, it was like right here. I was starting to feel backed up. And I'm like,
dude, I kept looking over at you, and I was trying not to laugh because you could see the beads of sweat like glaring through.
yeah, I was like literally fighting. I'm like, oh God, it was like right here. All that pizza and beer and shit was just sitting here. And I'm like still trying to drink and keep up with the show.
Dude, the whole time you had those sweat beads like
yeah, because that was me just soldiering fucking through right there, trying to keep all that pizza and beer.
Dude, you did I was impressed because you said if I would have ate all that McDonald's.
That shit was on the rise, man. It was like, I felt like, no shit, I felt like it was like floating right here.
I feel like if you can eat McDonald's, all that, because that's a lot. I mean, 10-piece,
Yeah, I
a
did.
double, and a large
Oh,
fry.
and a drumstick. A chocolate caramel and a drumstick. I forgot that.
If you can eat all that and you just ate that whole pizza, I feel like